In 1941, a young Spanish man walks into the British embassy and offers to spy against the Nazis. They turn him down. He goes back. They turn him down again. He goes back a third time. They turn him down again. So he goes to the German embassy instead and changes the outcome of the Second World War. In 1941, a man received the Iron Cross, Nazi Germany's highest military honor, for his exceptional service to the Reich. 6 months later, the same man received the MBE from the King of England for his exceptional service to Britain. He was the same man. The Nazis never found out. His name was Juan Pujol García. He was a Spanish chicken farmer with no military training, no intelligence experience, and no contacts in any government. And he may have saved D-Day.
Let's go back to 1941. Juan Pujol García was 29 years old, living in Madrid. He was not a soldier, he was not a spy. He had run a small poultry business. He had watched fascism consume Spain under Franco, had understood exactly what it was, and had decided, with the specific clarity of a man who has thought about something for a very long time, that he wanted to do something about it. So he walked into the British embassy in Madrid and offered to spy for them. They turned him down. He had no contacts, no access, no cover story. He was nobody. He went back. They turned him down again. He went back a third time. They turned him down again.
Most people would have given up. Juan Pujol García went to the German embassy instead. He told them he was a fanatically pro-Nazi Spanish official with access to British intelligence. He offered to spy for Germany. They accepted. He was given the codename Arabelle, some money, and instructions to travel to Britain and recruit agents. He did not travel to Britain. He went to Lisbon, Portugal. From Lisbon, using a British travel guide, a railway timetable, a map of Britain he found in a library, and back issues of British newspapers, he began sending fake intelligence reports to Germany about his fictional spy network operating across the United Kingdom. He invented 27 agents, each one completely fictitious, each one with a backstory, a location, a personality. One was a Venezuelan student in Glasgow. One was a Swiss businessman in Liverpool. One was a Portuguese commercial traveler. None of them existed. For over a year, Nazi German military intelligence received regular, detailed reports from their best spy in Britain. The reports came from a man sitting in a cafe in Lisbon, making them up. In 1941, British intelligence intercepted German communications referring to a remarkable spy network operating across Britain. They began investigating, and they couldn't figure out who was feeding Germany this information. When they traced it to a Spaniard in Lisbon who was clearly inventing everything, they didn't arrest him. They recruited him. He was given a new code name, Garbo, named after Greta Garbo, because MI5 said he was the best actor in the world. Now working directly with British intelligence, Garbo's fictional network became an official deception operation. His 27 invented agents were given detailed personalities maintained across years of correspondence. The Germans funded them, paid their salaries, sent them equipment for people who did not exist. By 1941, Garbo was the most trusted German agent in Britain, which meant that when the Allies needed the Germans to believe something, Garbo was the one who told them. The plan was called Operation Fortitude. The Allies needed Hitler to believe that the real invasion was coming at Pas-de-Calais, not Normandy. To make this work, Garbo's network reported the existence of FUSAG, the 1st United States Army Group,
A fictional army of 150,000 men under General Patton, massing for an attack on Calais. Fusag did not exist. The army was invented. The camps were inflatable decoys. The radio traffic was fake. But Garbo said it was real. The Germans believed him. And then D-Day came. June 6, 1944. The Allies landed at Normandy. The German High Command's initial response was to wait, because in the hours before the invasion, Garbo had sent an urgent message. The Normandy landing was a feint. The real invasion? Fusag, Patton, 150,000 men, was still coming at Calais. Hitler personally ordered the Panzer tank divisions to hold their position, not to move to Normandy. Those Panzer divisions, had they reached the beaches in the first hours, could have pushed the Allied forces back into the sea. They didn't move. The beachhead held. Historians argue to this day that Garbo's message in the hours after D-Day may have been the single most consequential intelligence act of the entire Second World War. In the summer of 1941, Germany awarded Juan Pujol García the Iron Cross for exceptional service to the German Reich. He accepted it. Several months later, King George VI awarded Juan Pujol García the MBE for exceptional service to the Allied cause. He was the only person in the Second World War to receive military honors from both sides. The Germans never found out. After the war, Garbo had a problem. His fake spy network had been so convincing, so detailed, that former Nazis might eventually discover what he had done. In 1949, Juan Pujol García officially died of malaria in Angola. He moved to Venezuela. He lived there under a different name for 35 years. In 1984, a British author researching the D-Day deception became convinced Garbo was still alive. He traveled to Venezuela. He found him. Juan Pujol García was living quietly in Caracas. He was 72 years old. He agreed to return to Britain for the 40th anniversary of D-Day. He stood on the Normandy beaches. He died in 1988. He was 76. The official history of D-Day involves hundreds of thousands of soldiers, thousands of ships, millions of tons of equipment, and some of the most extraordinary acts of courage in human history. It also involves a Spanish chicken farmer in a Lisbon cafe inventing 27 people who didn't exist, writing letters to the Nazi high command about things that weren't happening. Both of those things are true. Both of them mattered. That's real.